Hello, hello, hello. I am so sorry. It's been about 5 days since my last upload. Um, it kind of got away from me in that time. I didn't mean to take this long in between recordings. A few things came up. Uh, had a new game come out that I was playing. Um, and then on top of that, uh, I just kind of forgot. The day that I did remember, I was playing my new game until very, very late. So I decided not to record that night, and then going forward, I completely forgot about recording because I was playing the new game um, and subsequently staying up very, very late. But I'm back, and I'm feeling very ready to do some recording. I'm going to stay a little farther away from the mic in this one. Hopefully, it reduces some of the loudness of my voice. I still wasn't quite satisfied with how it came out in my last video, so I'm still going to experiment a little bit. In ASMR, I'm not a large fan of hand movements. Especially with lotion. I should have finished that thought. It makes it seem like I don't like hand motion, but I do. I just don't like the sounds with lotion in particular. Anything slimy or wet in ASMR, I'm not a big fan of. Unfortunately, these scissors don't quite make the snip snip noise I was hoping they would. But the scissors will be back later. I've been keeping myself well hydrated as I have been gaming. Um, I think the longest amount of time I was on the game consecutively was about 12 hours. I know that sounds a bit extreme. I, I won't sugarcoat it, it is extreme. Um, I was about to try to defend that, but that's pretty crazy. But I was enjoying myself, and I will give myself that luxury. Now, here comes the most controversial and painful part of this video. I'm going to cut up some magic cards. Now, ever since I was a child, I had this strange inkling or want to destroy or wreck something nice and valuable. Occasionally, I would get the urge that I wanted to, for instance, smash my Xbox. Not out of rage. I know that sounds like a rageful thing, but it was more just like almost like a morbid curiosity. Like I revered the Xbox so much. And it would just be like, well, it's so expensive. What would it just be like just to break it? And I think that was partially because it was like like not acceptable. Like as in it would have been really bad to break my Xbox, which I never have and I never will. But just the thought of like breaking it seemed so like tempting. Like I wasn't supposed to, so like I wanted to. And cutting these cards kind of reminded me of that. Because I revere these cards so much usually. It feels kind of weird to destroy one, but also a little fun because when it all comes down to it, they are just pieces of cardboard. Obviously, that's a bit of an oversimplification, as probably many hours of man power or woman power went into making the art, the name, the mechanics of the card, the printing. So, in a way, I'm being disrespectful to all that work, but I don't know. That's something I may have to think on a bit longer. Because part of me says that, hey, I bought the card with my own money, so it should be mine to do with as I enjoy. And if that is cutting the card to make content or to enjoy the sounds it makes, that seems fair. But at the same time, like I said, it could be kind of disrespectful to the people who put effort into that and are very proud of that card that they made. I say this as I'm about to cut another card. There's definitely also an argument to be made that by assigning a value to this card and refusing to destroy it because of said value could be seen as a bit materialistic. That the material of the card is more important or more meaningful than the intent behind making the card, or the intent behind me destroying the card. Still, further yet, I forgot my train of thought. I'm sorry. I got too distracted by my creation here. Um, you know what? I'm pretty proud of this. I'm pretty stoked that I cut it like that. Um, oh, I remember what I was going to say. I was speaking of being material, and I was going to follow up with that all being said. I still chose cards that I have duplicates of, and cards that inherently I don't use myself. And I do have more expensive cards, and maybe a better show of force against materialism would be to destroy those cards that had a high value. But simultaneously, I value my money. I spent some good money on some of those cards, as one does when they get into a hobby. And I was brought up to be not wasteful, or waste as little as possible. I still remember, as a young child, I was very distraught during our reduce, reuse, and recycle unit in elementary school. After learning about landfills and dumps and recycling plants, I went home and I cried to my mother to take me outside onto the street so I can pick up trash. occasionally I I think about that little boy sometimes who just wanted to go and pick up trash and make the world a better place. And I know my mom thinks of that little boy often as well. And I really do hope that I'm making that little boy proud with how I live now. And I hope that my mama, doesn't feel like she ever lost that little guy. I hope she still feels like he's hanging around inside me. I got so lost on the time I was recording, and it seems like just a moment ago I looked over and I was at 6 minutes of recording time. And now I look over and I see I'm at 22 minutes. Time sure does fly when you're enjoying yourself and talking freely. So, I think that's where I'm gonna cut it for tonight. As it's getting very, very, very late for me. And I think my bed is I think it's actually it's literally calling my name. I think it's yeah, I'll be right there. Yeah, I gotta go. I gotta take care of this. The bed is it's ringing and it wants I was gonna I was gonna say it wants me inside of it, like cozy up in the sheets, but that's yeah, cut that. Anyway, jokes aside, sometimes I think I'm funny. Jokes aside, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you rest well tonight. So, take care and good night.